Good morning, everyone. So yes, I know it is a special. I usually don't do that. There's only one, weekly updates of the week, and I usually don't do a special. But I needed to talk about it today, and I really want you guys to be really, really clear with what's coming up. So I needed to talk to you guys. Okay. Today is an extremely important day, and I've been extremely busy lately working with my elites, setting them up, telling them that I needed to sort everything out and needed to launch on the 10th, or obviously the 11th. I was working on the week and discovered that we had a little bit more time here in Australia, which is awesome. Great news, fantastic. Actually, so fantastic that I cannot stress enough how important it is that you do things today, and equally in Europe, because you also have that time. So it's more in the United States, and because obviously with the time differences, but either way I needed to do it this morning. It's extremely important that you guys understand the importance of today, and for that reason, I needed to do a live, because it's extremely important that you understand what's going on around in the world. And I haven't talked too much about 2021, but I don't believe in mistakes as well. So it's been on my mind. Yesterday, I was already starting to, talk about it, what it's going to happen, how it's going to change, the way things are going to go in being reinventing yourselves and living in a different world. Okay, I've been starting to get you guys ready about saying since last year the institutions as we know it, as we know them, are going to be shifting, are going to be crumbling, and are going to be definitely different. The world is going to be different. So I really want you to understand that if you thought that what we have gone through so far was the was it. I just want to make sure that you understand it's just the beginning. We are going to have a lot of things happening, okay? And there are going to be some revolutions. There are going to be some stuff that are going to be happening. And yes, for the moment, things are going to be slowing down. And that is the only positive aspect that we can expect from Jupiter being retrograde and Venus and all that, because it's actually going to calm down a little bit things. But if you thought that you were out of the woods and that was it, that is not the truth, okay? They will meet again. There will be Pluto and Jupiter, and that expand, obviously, the aspect in well, at the end of June on the 30th, but also again, and this time moving forwards in Scorpio, which is going to be aggressive. It's not going to be fun. So there's going to be some things that we are not going to like. And after that, we're going with Jupiter that will be obviously shifting in Aquarius, which again, I want you to understand that it is about the world becoming different and changing into the era of Aquarius, okay, with a system that is also going to be changing. That changes are going to really be obvious from the February 2021, okay, 2021. So I want you to understand that things, the institutions that we have known them, are going to crumble. There's probably going to be some revolution between, the people wanting to hold on to that power, and things obviously changing, and the people wanting also things to move in a different way. And also that means the system changing as well, becoming more global, which actually makes sense with the money that we are seeing changing, and obviously some people already, asking for a more global money, and the way it's going to be more, and that's going to be quite chaotic, right? Because all that is going to have to be set up. So 2021 is going to be about finding ways to stabilize, because there's going to be a little bit like in Aquarius, the two vase of water. You can see them trying to find a balance, having the temperance, but trying to find a balance to make that happen. And even though the idea of having a bright new economy that is going to be stabilizing in that is going to be there behind with the ox of metal and wanting to create that foundation, there's going to be all those different ideas, because once you crumble a system, once, it will crumble, you are going to have to find a way how to make that new system works, and everyone's going to have their ideas. We should be doing this, we should be doing that, right? So And that is also why there's so much authority, for the moment we need to do this, or we're taking the power, or, you're going to have to follow this and that. Because at that time, obviously, when it's going to crumble, and you will see it, I promise you by 2021 February, that is going to be definitely pushing things, and that, like a tower that is really well aspected in that sense, is going to kind of crumble, and we will be in that new world. Okay, you as personal people, you as private people, you need to organize yourself. I cannot stress it more, that you need to organize yourself. You need to see your future. You need to start thinking, how can you start having that kind of liberty, of freedom, of being able to work or online, or generating some income, so you can be also being adapting to that new system that is coming. And when you can generate freedom, I know this word sounds funny in what I'm saying, but it really is a representation also of Aquarius, right? In having those ideals and the way you want to do your life. So remember that you are in that power. You are as powerful as anyone else, in that sense that, you are part of it all, and everyone has got an opinion, and everyone is part of that all, so it's all those opinions. But you have to understand how important today is, because today is the last day, and that's not for nothing that we've got those beautiful aspects today, with the sun and creativity and Mercury and all that. It's because you need to create, you need to be thinking. So I don't know if you are all working or if you are all busy or what you are doing today, but please take 1 hour and be really honest with yourself, and write it down, and sit down and start thinking how you want to be making money, how much money you need to be making per month, per year, in a system that is crumbling, that is changing. And vision yourselves, working, helping others, being part of it all, having that freedom of expression of what you want to have, your voice changing and really mattering. I'm not sure if that's a proper word, but the way that you really want to matter in that new world that is coming up, because it's coming up. Okay, there's no, it's not like, okay, they're going to reopen the door and everything's going to be fine and this and that. No, we are changing and we are shifting. I can promise you that by the time we are in February 2021, you're going to understand the importance of it, because there's a lot of things that have not happened yet that will. And yes, for the moment, things are going to look like, they're calming down, it's a little bit better, we're reopening the doors, it's all, but no, that's not towards where we are going. There's a lot more things that are going to happen by the end of the year, and then things that are going to be shifting and changing, because a lot of people are going to be fed up with a lot of things, I can promise you that. And there's going to be kind of like a revolution happening, right? People are going to say, no, we want this. Some others are going to say, no, we hang on to that. And there's going to be problems in that sense, which was always part of the evolution. So I don't want you guys to think it as a negative. I want you to think that things are changing, that anyway, the way we were living was not right. We were destroying Mother Earth. We were being stressed. And I'm not saying that we're not going to be busy in that new way of working and living. But what I'm trying to say, we are going to try to find the temperance. We are going to try to stabilize all that and do it in a different way. It's not going to be like institution and getting more and more power. It's going to be being more thoughtful on understanding of the whole and of everyone, because definitely with Aquarius, that's going to be the point of interest, and you are not seeing it for the moment because Saturn keeps on coming back and forth, between with the retrograde between Capricorn and Aquarius, even though you started to be like, hang on, what's going on? There's this control, there's these things and stuff like that, which obviously was when Saturn was in Aquarius for a while, because it comes back for the tail, and the tail will only end up by September. But yeah, after that, and even though in September we will have Mars, that will be retrograde, so that's going to kind of not completely blow up. But as soon as Mars is going to move forward, you're going to see the result of what's happening into the world. So today is extremely important. Sit down, take that time, launch your things, whatever that is that you want to do. Contact me if you want to change the way you want to live and the way you want to work. That it is in different levels. You don't need to become an elite. I can also guide you or things like that. I try to help as many people as I can. Obviously, with the elites, we make it happen. We help them, every step of the way. But even if that's just a way where you need to go towards and stuff like that, there's no problems. But it can also come from you. You need to be clear with your own self. You need to know what you want to do, the way you want to be working into the future, the place that you want to get into the future. So make today count, and take that time to sit down for 1 hour and really, really say, okay, this is who I am. This is the impact. This is the world that I want for me. And this is the world that I want for my children. It's extremely important that you start seeing like that, because that's the direction towards where we are going, and not the old world as we know it. So it's very important that I think I didn't stress that enough, but it's really important that you become objective in that sense, and not thinking that everything is going to fall back into place the way it was, because we are definitely shifting and changing. So it's important that you understand what's coming up, because I promise you by February 2021, you will really understand what I'm saying today, and it's important that you understand that today is extremely important to make that differences before we go to those retrogrades that are going to last until September. Then we've got Mars retrograde, not a good time to start a business, and then after that we've got that aspect of, well, first after that we've got another retrograde with Mercury, so again not a time where you would want to start something, because Mercury would be retrograde between, the last one will be between the 14th of October to the 4th of November. And then after that we've got as aspect again of Pluto and Jupiter here expands the negativity that we've had, so because it's like the aspect that is linked with that virus. So again, there's something linked with what has been going on lately, that again, and this time it's moving forward. So I wish I could tell you it's going to be you know, a good time, but it's going to be definitely something that is going to make things push even more, saying, right, you know, we're going to break this because we are not agreeing. Or that's when, you know, it's going to start kind of like a revolution, saying, okay, the way things have been, we don't want that anymore. So that is going to push it until we obviously get to the modification, when we will get into Aquarius with the sun in February 2021. So yeah, and it will be linked for the people in that sense, but it's going to change ways, the way we've known them, you know. So I really want you to understand that, and I really want you to start projecting yourself, because at the end of the day, astrology is a tool, right? It's like playing a game of chess, but you've got a game in advance. You know what's coming up, like when I told you, you know, you need to start working online last year and stuff like that. Make sure you reinvent yourself. Obviously, only the people that are working like that are actually making a lot of money or succeeding. So you also need to be prepared for what's coming up, okay? So make sure it's all organized, that you know where you're going, and that you are today doing what is necessary to make sure that you have a good future for yourself and your family and your children, because you want that to be happening. So make sure you are doing the right steps today, because really today is an extremely important day to be able to do that. So that's why I'm doing that special, to make sure you are very objective about what's coming up in the future. That's it. Thank you. Make today count. Talk to you very soon. Bye, everyone. Bye.